Hello everyone, this is Rexer of the YouTube and Twitch channel NotQuiteThereGaming, and it's Sunday again, and it's time for Heroes of Might and Magic again, and I still haven't shaved, and I'm just kind of curious to see if I, manage to grow a bit more of an impressive beard this time, but it's really weird. My hair is dark brown, but my beard is red, so it's kind of semi-translucent in places, which makes things really complicated to make it look good. It's gonna look patchy no matter what, so balls. However, that's not the thing that we're here for. We're here for some Heroes of Might and Magic 3 today, and I need to sidetrack this a little bit further. Good news for you if you like me playing Heroes of Might and Magic in general, because I did go ahead and buy the Humble Bundle that was on sale last week-ish, which included pretty much every Might and Magic title ever made, except probably Heroes of Might and Magic 1. And obviously the newer Heroes of Might and Magic 7 that's going to come out sometime later this year. I don't really anticipate that we're going to get done with Heroes of Might and Magic 3 anytime very soon. However, I really want to find some time to start up maybe some other Heroes of Might and Magic titles. If you are watching this on YouTube or on Twitch, feel free to send some suggestions at me. So basically every Heroes of Might and Magic and Might and Magic title in general, including even Dark Messiah of Might and Magic, which I actually already owned because I like that game. Actually already owned Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Complete, which didn't come in the bundle. Lucky for me. I actually have an extra copy of that, which I will be giving away at some point. Heroes of Might and Magic 4 was also in there on Uplay. I don't know if there's any advantage to having it on Uplay instead of GOG. We'll see. Maybe I'll give that away at some point too. And I had Dark Messiah of Might and Magic, which I liked. It was really the first game that I managed to play some first-person sorcery in. So I really like sorcery in general, so that was a must-buy for me. And it was Might and Magic. It was cool. It had demons too. It was a great title. Anyway, so any of those titles, except probably the RPGs. I mean, if you have a favorite RPG, Might and Magic RPG, the bundle did come with all of those. So if you have a favorite, please feel free to suggest one of them that I should try. I hear, was it 8? My friends keep playing 8. They say it's pretty good. But if you want to suggest one of the other RTS titles that you would like to see me play at some point, I would like to pick another one of those up. I haven't played 5. 5 I haven't played at all. I've tried 6. I've played more of 4. I've played more of 2. 5, however, I hear it's actually good. And it's actually surprisingly well balanced. Some people say it gives Heroes Might and Magic 3 run for its money. So maybe 5 would be it, if nobody voices another opinion. We'll see. Regardless, as much as I like to sidetrack things, which I do, we're gonna need to start another Heroes of Might and Magic 3 campaign today. Now we have Dragon's Blood, and basically the choice was these 4, but I don't really want to start Festival playing with fire, because it's Castle versus Necropolis. I don't really want to start Festival of Life because it's the Barbarians. I never really liked playing Barbarians. So basically the choice was between Dragon's Blood, Dungeon, which I am rather fond of, They have the mana vortex structure, which doubles your mana points, which usually goes well with my way of building heroes, which is knowledge as the last possible stat. So if you double that, it becomes much less of an issue, and it maximizes your strength in the other categories. Also, they have a lot of good units. They have these Harpy Hags, which strike and return, and no enemy retaliation, which is awesome for a unit of that level. It also flies, so fuck me. They have 2 shooters. The Manticores and Scorpicores level 6 units aren't that bad. Not one of my favorites aesthetically, but they actually have decent stats. I'm not really fond of Minotaurs, but they're also good. If I'm not fond of them, but they're good. Troglodytes kind of suck, but in general they're a decent town. Now we will be going, however, with Dragon Slayer, which might result in a catastrophic fucking failure. Probably will, because it's a timed mission. Why are we going with Dragon Slayer? Well, the feedback that I've gotten from you guys that have been watching my Heroes Might and Magic 3 series on the YouTubes and on the Twitches and on the thingies is in favor mostly of Dragon Slayer. I have received some votes for Dragon's Blood, and like I said, it kind of makes sense that I would start Dragon's Blood. However, most of you said that I should start Dragon Slayer, and I am indeed partial to Tower. To Sanctuary, is it, in the other games? I forget. I really wanna do good with this town. However, last time we tried, I kind of sucked with it, and I found out that most of its units aren't as good as I remember. It has a level 1 ranged unit, which is good. The problem with that is that level 1 units always get prioritized in sieges when the enemy attacks, the AI at least, I mean, when the AI attacks. So they would be nice as level 1 ranged creatures if you got a lot of them, but you don't really get a lot of them because they keep dying in droves. Especially this level 1 creature, which, because it's a ranged creature, has kind of shitty stats, which means it dies even more. The level 6 creatures I really love, the Naga Queens, which you can see right here, unupgraded, the Nagas. The Naga Queens are the upgraded version. No enemy retaliation, a very nice unit. Maybe a little bit lacking in speed. I really love the Titans. That's pretty much why I like Tower, specifically because of the Titans. It gives that old Greek mythology vibe that I really enjoyed. I used to really like Greek mythology when I was a kid. Watched a lot of Hercules and Xena. But even before that, my mother used to like read me stuff from a Greek mythology book we had. So I really like the Titans. The Gremlins are passable. The level 6 creatures are good. The Genies, level 5 if I'm not mistaken, aren't that awesome. At least they fly. The Magi are good. Level 4 I believe, or level 3, I don't remember which. They are good because they're ranged, and they reduce mana costs on the hero, so that's cool. But Golems are slow as shit, which does not go well with my philosophy of combat. It does not go well because I always want to attack into the enemy line on the first turn and crush them, so the enemy AI doesn't have a chance to retreat, so they don't have a chance to cast any spells or whatever else random bullshit they can do to cause some losses in my ranks and then run away before I have a chance to even resurrect anyone. So the golems being slow as shit does not go at all well with my philosophy of fighting. The gargoyles fly, and that's about it. They're constructs too, and the golems are constructs too, which means neither of them can be resurrected, and that sucks. Hello, Matan. Yeah, glad to see you're here. Matan was one of the people, I believe, which voted for a Dragon Slayer, so good for him that he's here. And good for me, because it would be odd if I started a campaign that people wanted and they wouldn't be here. Anyway, so I don't think that I will be using any of the gargoyles or the golems, which is kind of awkward because they are lower level creatures and I will have to use what? Early on I have to use something. And it's not going to be gargoyles or golems. I mean, I could just buy them and then throw them at the enemy, but as we all know, you're never going to have enough money to recruit everything in this game. So it's not like I can recruit everything in the town and then throw units selectively at the enemy and just let the ones that I don't like die. We have 3 ranged with the Titans, which is good. Titans actually aren't that great of a level 7 creature. They're good, they're very good, they're not that great. They're not on par with the Archangels and other stuff that I really like, obviously. But they're the speed advantage, they don't give the speed advantage. That's the problem, the main problem. Oh yeah. Another problem with Tower is that they don't have really fast troops. Like Inferno has the Archdevils, which are not as fast as Archangels. I think even Necropolis, the Ghost Dragons, are reasonably fast. They're slow compared to other level 7 creatures, but they're reasonably fast. The Titans, I think, are even slower than that, which is very unfortunate, again, for my attack philosophy. But I think the biggest problem I have with playing Tower, now that I've really started analyzing these things, instead of just fanboying over what creature design and stuff that I like, which definitely nothing wrong with that, and I really enjoy it still, is that I don't really like the heroes that come with Tower. There's a nice breakdown on the wiki, which gives you the percentage chance at every level up for a hero to gain a certain stat. And the heroes of Tower have a very high chance of gaining, can you guess it? My least favorite, or rather my least prioritized, not necessarily my least favorite, stat, which is knowledge. So they gain a lot of knowledge instead of having a lot of attack, which I really like. Instead of having a lot of spell power, which I really like, they gain a lot of knowledge. Their troops are slow, and I'm not necessarily in love with any of their specialties either. So I don't know. However, we will be starting Dragon Slayer. Why? Because I still do really love the Titans, and I still do really love the Tower, and people voted for it. And also, as much as I would love to pick the 3 Titans as a starter bonus, and it's probably the best option here, unless you really consider things. Tome of Earth Magic. It's every one of these is going to be basically a short-term investment. However, if you get the Tome of Earth Magic, that means you get access to every single Earth spell. And as you know, there are a lot of good Earth spells. First of all, we have Slow, which is probably going to be the only one we'll be able to cast at low levels. We have Slow. We have a Resurrection, very important. It's only going to be... all of these spells are only going to get super useful if I get Advanced Earth Magic. but we'll try to get that soon, hopefully. Let's keep our fingers crossed for the RNG. However, even without that, we have Resurrection, which in a pinch, even if it's not permanent, in a pinch it can do some things for you in a combat. Especially if you have enough spell power, which, oh fuck, he's not going to have enough spell power because he's going to have a lot of knowledge. Anyway, we have, more importantly, Town Portal, which means that I'm not going to have to hunt Town Portal everywhere. Ideally, by the end of this campaign, or rather this scenario, I am going to have, who's the main hero? Drakon is his name. I'm really curious to see what his specialty is going to be. Hopefully it's not going to suck. Oh, there we go. Matan says the campaign hero has an interesting specialty, at least. We're gonna see what that is. I'm thinking it's going to have something to do with dragon slaying, some sort of bonuses against dragons. I don't know. So we'll see. Like I said, I kind of go into these blind. But so, more importantly, Tome of Earth Magic gives you Town Portal, which is going to come in really handy even without targeted Town Portal. You're going to be able to teleport back to the nearest town, which means you're going to be able to resupply, you're going to be able to run away from bad conditions, you're going to be able to get back there to replenish your spells, spell power if you're completely out of spell power without having to run all the way back like a fucking moron, especially in a timed mission. It's going to be really handy, hopefully. Now we're gonna see. Probably I'm gonna fail miserably because I really dislike timed missions, and 60 days for a... no, fuck me. Okay, so that's 30 minutes out of the VOD. Anyway, so we are going to be starting Dragon Slayer. Are you sure, Rexer? Are we really going to start it, or are you gonna talk some more? Well, I'm glad you asked, because no, we're really starting it. So, Dragon Slayer. To prove himself a Dragon Slayer, Drakon must first defeat the Crystal Golem Dragon. From there, he will seek out the Azure Dragon, which is a really badass motherfucker. Holy shit. With plans of defeating the greatest dragon to ever live. In his quest for perfection, he will find and destroy the Purple and Rust Dragons. The Rust Dragon is yeah, the Rust Dragon is pretty bad. The Azure Dragon is really, really fucking bad, though. In the good sense, he's OP as shit, so bad for us because we're gonna have to fight it. To pass the test, you must kill the Crystal Dragon. Fail to kill the dragon within 2 months, and you will not become a Dragon Slayer. Drakon, his skills, spells, experience, and remaining... wait a minute. Drakon, his skills, spells, experience, and remaining troops will transfer to the next scenario along with the Diplomat string. So it's kind of weird that you don't keep any of the other artifacts, but you keep all remaining troops. So, that means that if I pick the 3 Titans now, they will transfer to the next scenario, which means that maybe the Tome of Earth Magic is not as clear-cut of a choice if it doesn't transfer. And by the way, I'm drinking cold coffee. Interesting. Will be limited to level 8. Wow, that's kind of sucky. That means that we have... yeah, we basically have about 4 chances. 1 in 4 chances to get Advanced Earth Magic, unless he starts with it, in which case we'll have 1 in 8 chances. I mean, if he starts with Basic Earth Magic. So this might not be the best of choices. We'll see. If he starts with random bullshit skills, we're gonna reset. You face the last challenge in becoming a Dragon Slayer. You must complete the test course in 6 months or fail the test. The Crystal Dragon will be well guarded, the paths watched by other creations, Golems, gargoyles, and elementals will try to stop you before you can kill the crystal dragon. Basically, if I get advanced earth magic, the investment in resurrection, in permanent resurrection, is going to pay off a lot. And if I don't, the 3 titans would have been the better choice. Also, they're probably the better choice as a starter. Let's see, difficulty is hard. The player and the computer start with the same resources. That's okay. Let's see.
My mother has finished preparations for my final
Mumsies.
The finest crystals stealthily taken from the caverns of Krulod has been used to create a great dragon golem. This creature's construction is a feat of magical prowess. To destroy it is even a greater feat. Yet I've heard the greatest feat a dragon slayer can accomplish is to kill a rare and mighty Azure dragon.
Your mumsies has been training dragon slayers for as long as she can remember. It is now time that she train her only son. Your mother knows how smart you are and how precious you are. You're like a snowflake. No. And therefore, she can't give you any ordinary task. Approximately 30 or so years ago, your mother went to the Festival of Life. The events of the festival shall never be spoken of, because what happens at the Festival of Life stays at the Festival of Life. She took red crystal and, with the idea of a golem in her head, created crystal dragons. She then set them loose in this little valley. Wait a minute, there's several? Fuck. The only thing going for you is your ability to train priests and mages into enchanters. Ah, I see. You have control of a small village. Fuck my life. Your task is to kill the crystal dragon with the troops given to you, so you can prove to your mother and to everyone else you are ready to be a dragon slayer. The task is great, so be careful. Okay, so right away I can tell you that the 3 titans would have fit very nicely into this last slot. The Nagas would have been basically made this stack into 15. Basic wisdom, basic pathfinding. You know what? I am not even gonna bitch about basic pathfinding. We're in snow. That is going to come in really handy. I think actually. So let's talk about. Oh my fucking god! Why do I have to have basic sorcery? You know what? I think I'm going to restart this just to make sure. Just to make sure that basic sorcery is not a random skill. Please excuse me for a moment. There we go, same text. No, I think he just... Yeah, it's a set skill. Fuck me. Yeah, look at those stats. No attack, no defense. Power 2. Knowledge 3. Okay, I'm gonna restart one more time. Just please don't. Oh my god. Oh, basic sorcery. I don't really like basic sorcery. Like it's decent on one of the heroes that are specialized in sorcery, and it's good in a campaign. Okay, maybe it. Because when you export into a new scenario, you only really have spells usually, and it's gonna mean that you can have a faster start. Long-term investment, it's not that. I don't really enjoy it. The bonus isn't even that huge. Whatever. Fuck. So we have basic wisdom, we have basic sorcery, which I don't like. We have basic pathfinding, which I don't have a problem with. Especially in a time mission. We should get the skill that lets you go faster, which I always forget the name of. We should get, let's see, offense. We should get archery, which means we are not going to have any room for tactics, which means fuck. We need advanced earth magic, expert. By the end of it, eventually. and we would need either water magic or air magic. That's kind of the plan that I have going now. If I had to like discard something, the problem is if I had to discard something, logically it would be if I didn't take archery, I would take tactics. The problem is I will always have a lot of archery units, which means that's a really bad idea. But if I discard offense, so the melee boosting, the melee damage boosting one, I shouldn't take tactics because the range creatures can hit anything basically, but you know, they do get bonuses if they're closer. We'll see how it goes. Now the first priority is advanced earth magic. Second priority is the movement skill, and after that we're gonna see archery, probably a good idea. Then we'll see what else we can fit in this bullshit skill plan that we have. Fine, Camp Dracon. That's oh my fucking god. Oh, but we do have a Mage Guild level 5. Now we're gonna see instantly. We're gonna see if I have to regret my choice in Tome, but it doesn't look like it. We are going to have pretty much nothing substantial from the Earth Magic School. I don't know if this is random or if they're all set. If you are playing this yourself, you might want to do what I just did and restart and see if these spells change. And if they do, if you can actually get Town Portal and or Resurrection in the town, go with the Titans instead of the Tome. However, it does look like we have some interesting spells to learn from here, so that's not too bad. We have the Wall of Knowledge, +1 knowledge. God damn it, he's gonna be a knowledge heavy hero. Honestly, I got so used to playing the game with heroes that are attack heavy and spell power heavy that I really didn't realize how much those stats actually affect the game. But I had the chance, I wouldn't say recently, but maybe a month or two ago, to play a couple of scenarios with a hero that really, they did not have any attack or defense. And I also backseated a little scenario over Skype, which was also a hero that was spell focused. Didn't have any attack or defense, or very, very low values in those, and it was insane how much of a difference it made in combat, in unit combat. I don't think that a magic focused hero really is that advantaged in those situations. At least for me, I learned to rely mostly on the might side of things. We don't even have a tavern, so we're gonna have to do this all with Dracon himself. Okay, here's the deal I'm gonna make with you. This is kind of cheaty. This is kind of breaking my rules, but I can't get a scouting hero, so I have to face check this Witch's Hut. It's gonna teach me a random skill. These 3 Witch's Huts are going to teach me random skills. So I'm going to face check them all, as they call it in, I think it's a LOL term, a League of Legends term. If I don't like what I get, please excuse me, but I will restart the game again. Praise baby Jesus. So first one is nice. Thank you. I should rush that, technically. So I shall. We're gonna play this a little bit more organically, but I'm gonna grab those 3. What the fuck is that sign? Okay. Oh, 4. Okay, okay, this might not be as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Hopefully, if I could have recruited someone, this would all be, you know, just not a problem. But okay, in turn, let's grab the mine. I don't specifically need the mine because I'm not going to be able to build anything, but let's see what the sign says. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. Well, I'm probably gonna get ambushed or something. Let's see. End turn again. Yeah, a throng of earth elementals, I should have engaged those. Basic fire magic, okay, so I can already tell you that we're gonna restart. Because I don't really like fire magic. We have air magic here. It looks like these are basically magic teachings thingies. So that's good. We have a tree of knowledge, which I'm probably going to have to use early on. Because the map... Well, the map isn't that big. I mean, I think I have enough time to return. So we have water magic. Okay, so we have all magic schools in these trees. We have fire magic. I'm pointing at the screen as if you can see it. I remember, Matan says, I remember this first scenario being a little annoying too. You get normal towns and the rest of them at least, if I remember right. Okay, that'll be good. So we have fire magic on over here, if you can see me moving the cursor. Over at the west side, we have air magic here, we have water magic here, and we have earth magic here. So, first of all, earth magic, great that we get earth magic, but we're gonna have to make a I'm gonna restart, but we have to make a choice. Oh, and I'm curious, can I upgrade these? 10k, wow. Well, that was, you know what, that was kind of worth it. Okay, I wish I could upgrade genies because they kind of suck. Anyway, let's see. So we get earth magic. Definitely that's gonna stay, but we need to choose between air magic and water magic, which is kind of difficult. Air magic. Here are the pros and cons of it. Well, you know what? We could take air magic and water magic and skip offense and try to go very ranged heavy. It would further kind of gimp our melee units, which includes the level 6 creature, the Naga Queens, which I kind of like. But if we can get, I don't know, some cross-faction units eventually, that'll be okay, because we can get more ranged units into the mix. We're going to have to offset morale problem. It's not going to be a problem, it's just going to be neutral morale. Okay. So we can skip, let's say, offense and get both air magic and water magic. Get the speed thingy, get the archery thingy. And hope that's going to work out. I mean, the level 7 creatures for Tower are Titans, which are ranged creatures, so that should work out. Unless we're fighting one of the other castles which have faster units, which means they're going to close into melee range, which means we're going to have a serious disadvantage, which means we're fucked. However, the idea behind, so pros and cons, basic air magic, I mean air magic in general. Haste, very useful. Chain Lightning, one of my favorite damage spells in the entire fucking game, which is why I used to main Solmir for Tower, even though that wasn't really a good idea long term. Probably the even more important thing about it though, Fly, an adventure map spell, you get use of all your movement points if you have expert air magic, and dimension door, you get 4 dimension doors per day if you have expert air magic instead of only 1 if you don't have any air magic. So those are the pros of air magic. The water magic, on the other hand, if you have expert water magic, you get something that is very important, which is mass cure, which means you cure all status effects on all your units, which is very good. It also gives you a little bit of HP back, which is meh, but it's worth mentioning. But the more fun thing about water magic, other than the mass cure, which is it's gonna come in really handy in some situations. I think it's gonna come in really handy versus dragons too. I don't know specifically, but I think some of them are spellcasters, and they might cast some really nasty debuffs. So I need to watch out for that. Hello, Noferini. How are you? I'm curious if my friend here. Yeah, I was gonna say it. I'm curious if she's gonna be able to watch the stream. Sadly, still laggy for me, she says. Well, I need to reach about, I don't know, 500 stable viewers, and then I'm gonna be able to ask Twitch to partner me, and then we're gonna have the valuable quality on the stream. So only 496 people to go. Okay. So we were discussing water magic though. So the most fun thing about water magic, oh, speaking of so many, he's locked as a pre-order bonus in Hero 7, which is pretty lame. What? Well, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. I'm disappointed. Water magic though. Clone. Clone. If you're able to clone your Titan stack, which are ranged creatures, so clone works the best. The best with tower, because you can clone your Titan stack, level 7, ranged. Clones dissipate if they get attacked, which means if they get counter-attacked. So sadly my friend can't watch because Twitch thingies, but thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna have to try to push her to watch the VODs. Clone works the best with tower because the level 7 creature is ranged, or with other factions which have level 7 no enemy retaliation creatures, which I believe is basically only Inferno. No enemy retaliation on the Archdevils, so they can attack without getting counter-attacked, so the clones don't get dispelled. Also, it works very well with Castle, because the Archangels can resurrect, so if you clone with the spell, the clones can also resurrect, which means you have a shit ton of resurrection power if you get Expert Water Magic and the clone spell. Clone also has access to Prayer, which is, I believe, 1 speed point lower in power than Mass Haste, but it also gives you attack bonuses. So it's that thing, the fact that it has access to haste, kind of makes me really on the fence with air magic, because haste is obviously lower level. It's usually more accessible. Prayer is going to come in eventually, which gives haste a run for its money usually, and then it kind of comes. It's basically, do you want really good Dimension Door and Fly, or do you want Clone and Cure? So honestly, it's kind of, it would, provided you get all spells in the game, rather no. So provided if you get all spells in the game, probably air magic would be better, because Dimension Door is fucking OP as shit. If you are going to rely on regular randomness though, and this is gonna be really 1 hour of me talking and not playing the game. Awesome, I'm getting good at it. Water magic would be better, because clone Dimension Door is level 5, so you have much lower chances of getting access to Dimension Door than you have of getting access to everything that makes water magic good, even though it comes in a little bit later than haste. So yeah, it's very important to plan out what I'm trying to do. So air magic and water magic. I mean, if we're timed, excuse me, I'm starting to choke, which means someone is wishing I really play the game instead of talk so much. Cold coffee. Basic air magic and water magic, or just one of them. We're gonna have the movement thingy. We're gonna have the archery thingy. Do we want the tactics thingy as well? I would really love the tactics thingy. skill. But am I willing to replace one of them? Am I willing to take... Fuck me. Decisions. Decisions. Now, if this is all timed, Dimension Door, like, it could be very, very strong. And because he's gonna be really knowledge heavy, it would probably be a good idea to go spell heavy instead of combat heavy, even though offense and tactics could really serve to counteract the fact that he's gonna suck in combat. Regardless, I said I was gonna restart, so we are going to restart. Okay, so we have Earth Magic over here. We're gonna grab the Earth Magic. Thank you. It looks like this is a random resource, which is probably a little bit unfortunate. I kind of need to attack this throng of Earth Elementals, but I am not going to attack them until I get into the town, and I'm gonna get the spells from the Mage Guild. +1, okay. +1 knowledge. I might even consider staying in town for a turn, because he doesn't really have that much movement anyway, so it's not to get the extra 10 mana points. Yeah. Now, here's the other thing that I really want to do. So, we have basically 7. We have 7 chances of Earth Magic getting picked as an upgrade. If I get Air Magic and Water Magic as well, they're gonna be part of the random roll for skills to upgrade every level. So I want Air Magic, I want Water Magic. Both. I'm gonna take them both. However, in the interest of getting Earth Magic pumped up as soon as possible, I'm not going to take them right now. I'm going to try to take to buff up Earth Magic as quickly as possible. Maybe basic pathfinding as well, and wisdom. But that's going to be priority. Before I end the map, I'm going to go back and grab the other 2 magic thingies. Let's remember though, fire magic is far west. I don't want fire magic. I usually don't like fire magic. Okay. Let's see. Blacksmith. I could get some stuff. Ammo cart. Is there anyone I... gremlins are not upgraded. I should upgrade these guys. 24 shots though. Yeah, I'll just upgrade them. There we go. And I mean, I would like to invest in an ammo cart, but I'll think about it. Also 500 gold per day from this little shit village, but right, end turn. We also have, we should have access to visions, unless it... Are you shitting me? This guy doesn't start with a spell book. He is a knowledge and spell power heavy. He's a wizard that does not start with a spell book. Wow. Okay. It looks like some of these spells are randomized. Luckily for me, actually, I think I got an even better roll than last time. So yeah, some of the spells are randomized. You might clone. Okay, cool. We're gonna have clone for water magic if I get his knowledge high enough. So knowledge, I need knowledge at least advanced to do that. So I really want advanced knowledge. I want advanced earth magic, and after that all the other skills can whatever. We get blind, which is really useful, and we get visions, which is very useful. I really wanted to get visions specifically from the town to see exactly how many of these earth elementals I have to deal with. Regardless though, we're gonna grab some of these resources right here, and then we're gonna try to double back and get those equestrian's gloves, which are very important for our very timed quest that we have here. Okay, I think we're arranged for very low-level visions. We get Town Portal from the Tome, of course, and View Earth from the thingy. So we have... Oh, come on. It's even shorter range than I thought it was going to be. Oh, wait a minute. Is it? Gives you a basic idea of the strength of an opposing hero or garrison. In the case of nearby wandering monsters, gives you exact numbers of troops and tells you if they would be willing to join your hero. It doesn't. It didn't work. Well, I think this is probably the first legitimate bug I found in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Either that, or it's really fucking short range for some reason. Maybe because I have very little spell power. We're gonna engage here, and I'm probably gonna get my ass handed to me, because Earth Elementals are slow as fuck, but they're actually not to be trifled with. Oh, the enchanters cast... Group spellcasters. Wait a minute. Do they actually randomly cast a debuff at the start of combat? Really? Well, that's incredibly useful. Okay. We have a lot of spells, mostly from the Tome of Earth Magic, even Resurrection. We're gonna do a little bit of waiting, of course. Let the Earth Elementals come closer, because they are constructs. They won't even be able to get a morale proc, so we don't have to worry about that at all. I think I'm gonna leave the gremlins. I really don't want them in the front line. The Nagas are cool. They don't have no enemy. No, they do. Okay, already without the upgrade. 250. I think actually, yeah, I'm gonna move them next turn. The genies hate the fleet. Only the upgraded ones cast. So I kind of want to cast a spell on them. 63 points of damage. Oh, balls. We do have implosion though, but it's gonna cost 25 of my spell points. 262. 25. Mana efficiency is it's not even close, so it's still gonna be the best option if I want to do a lot of damage. We already cast slow at the enchanters automatic. Wait a minute. If I split the stack of enchanters, do I get several mass debuffs cast on the enemy at the start of combat? I'm gonna have to try that for next time. I already have a free stack slot, so I'm gonna try to split the enchanters into 2 stacks, see if each stack casts something. Though probably they cast at the power equal to their numbers, so that's not gonna be a problem with 10 or so enchanters still, though. Right, we're gonna cast some implosion. Wait a minute. Yeah, meteor shower vulnerability. Okay, I was gonna check if they're resistant or invulnerable. 262. Wow. Yeah, I'm fucked. I'm seriously fucked because I don't really have that many ranged creatures. Yeah, I should have checked that. This is kind of sucky already. So, control, my friend, control. Okay, gonna have 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, I can move you here. I'm probably gonna have the golems fight against the Earth Elementals because I can't resurrect the golems, so I'm gonna basically throw them in, and they're gonna take some shots for me. I think I'll have the gremlins stand by as the secondary attack. Maybe I should move back. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, I should move back a little bit more, get an extra turn, and have a little bit more of a surround capability. If I attack there, it's basically gonna be only 1 unit against their 1 stack, which might not be so bad, but I don't really think I want that. So it's 1 2 here, 1 2 here, 1 2 here, 1 2 here, or here. Probably wiser if they move here. Nah, it's pretty much the same. Okay, so I'm gonna move the golems back around here-ish. The Nagas are fine. I'm not gonna cast anything. I'm not gonna move the gargoyles. I think I might move the genies. I'll move the genies here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The enchanters are okay as they are. They're basically gonna be most of the damage that I deal to this stack. I really wish the genies would be upgraded so they could cast some spells too. That would be cool, but apparently... Move the golems back a little bit. They're still gonna be the first ones in, but... Defend, 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 defend. Oh! But... They randomly cast mass spells. But how often? Is it once every 3 turns, or what does that... Oh, the slow. Wow, that's incredibly fucking bad. So it's not the spell power equal to their stack size. It's spell power. It's kind of a function of their stack size divided. I don't really know the exact mechanics there. I'll have to maybe look them up at some point. Maybe in the first break. So they recast when the first mass spell runs out, and it's a random mass spell. Oh my god, if they have this spell in the mix, and they could cast mass dispel, that would be the stupidest, most intrusive bullshit thing that they could do to fuck me over. Oh my god, I hope they don't have this spell in the mix. Earth elementals, though. So because they're not slowed anymore, we have to... They basically are gonna move twice as much, and which means I'm gonna have to move the enchanters here. I'm gonna have to move the golems to... Oh, fuck my life. Oh, I can cast another slow. Yeah, I completely forgot that. Well, fuck it. We're gonna rely on good old actual spell casting, but it's not as effective, so we're gonna get some time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so really that served no purpose. I should have done that before I moved the enchanters. I could of course kite them. You know what? I could kite them. Wow! Jesus! 14 speed. Oh, because of the haste. Interesting. So I also have only 2 power. How many? I could cast another. Okay, I'll try to kite them for a while. I'll move my troops back, or rather, try to move them around this little obstacle. Yeah, this should be safe. Defend, 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 defend. And you're gonna move here-ish, I would say. Okay, defend, 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 defend. This is kind of tedious. Probably one of the reasons why I didn't really like tower. Okay, I think we're gonna have to attack the stack. This is kind of shit. Like 2 turns per slow. At most, I'm gonna get one more shot, because one more move, one more shot. I don't really like that. Enchanters are neutral creatures recruited from the Enchanter's Hollow, says Scenic. Hello. Why is your name different? Is that a new username? Weird. They are spellcasters and can cast Haste, Bless, Stone Skin, Cure, Air, Shield, Slow, Weakness, or occasionally Blind at expert level in every 3 rounds, says Scenic. So I guess that's from the wiki. So every 3 rounds. Interesting. I think I might split the stack then. Maybe the duration is only 3 rounds and they cycle it every 3 rounds, so that won't make a difference. We'll see. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna go in on this bullshit. So let's see. What is their speed for? Speed 3 and 9. So yeah, everything of mine will go first this turn anyway. I don't need to cast. We're gonna do that. How far can they move? Okay. I don't really want to attack with you. I kind of don't want to attack with you, but I might. I will want to attack with you, and you have no enemy retaliation, so you should anyway. There we go. I don't want to attack with you yet, but I will, and I want to attack with you to get the enemy retaliation out of the way. Hopefully they won't attack the Naga Queens, but they probably... Okay, there we go. And because no enemy the enemy retaliation has been taken care of, I will attack with the Gremlins. Then I will attack with the Gargoyles, a little bit of a gangbang over here. And then follow it up with an attack from the Genies. Spellcast. 3, it should be okay. So, yeah. Sadly, we lost 24 golems, but I guess that's what they're good for. Advanced Wisdom, not that bad of a deal. And Advanced Earth Magic, okay. Advanced Sorcery, whatever. Expert Wisdom, okay, definitely. And... oh my god, a horde of gold golems. You want to fight the gold golems for the artifact? No, I don't, because I'm out of mana. Fuck my life. But before we do any of that, we are going to split these stacks of enchanters. I'm actually kind of tempted to split them even further, but to do that I would need to free up some more room here. I think I'm eventually gonna run out of stone golems by throwing them in first, but until I do, I'm a bit reluctant. Also, we're gonna grab the 2 skills that I said I was gonna grab, and we're gonna stop by the town hopefully soon to replenish our mana. Oh. No, not enough mana. If I could have cast Town Portal, I could have just gone back to the town immediately and, you know, gain maybe a turn on it, but I don't have enough mana left to do it. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. And also that's where we're gonna cut for YouTube, because it's been an hour.